Hello everyone and welcome back to RIZE Racing League. We were 3rd Division 2 drivers here in Mexico. It is round 19 of our Division 2 league. As you can see, Thunderbuddy is out representing McLaren today. And we are here with Q1, first qualifying session of the day. Got a number of drivers out on outlaps at the moment. Looks he's on a flying lap. As we speak, he's got DRS through Sector 1. And into Sector 2. And it is a purple Sector 1 time. Okay guys, we are back. Apologies for the delays there. So you can see there is a number of drivers who have set lap times, but we still have a couple of drivers in the pits. Drivers that are not in the pits, Ross Wales and Mecca84 in the Williams. Does look like they're on a flying lap at the minute, going through Sector 2. This S section can be quite challenging to get right. You can see he has to lift off there. See, track limits can really catch these drivers out. DRS again, and into Sector 3 as he makes his way towards the stadium section of the track. And that places Mecca just below his teammate Hans. Williams drivers currently 10th and 11th, and both will be progressing through to Q2. AMG Speed still in the pits. We have a couple drivers on outlaps as we speak. Namibian Boy, SYM and Bucko all on outlaps. The XT Viper looks like he's just come out of the pits there. His teammate I the Best Don't Mess currently in 9th place. SYM has started his flying lap attempt, and his teammate Haas, in the other Haas, it's Rick, his teammate, up in P4 at the minute with a very nice time of 1:16.5. Let's see what SYM can do as he gets DRS assistance down the back straight there, and in Sector 2 that is a purple sector one time from SYM. Oh, has to go a bit wide there, made a bit of a mistake. That's going to cost him time. And the Red Bull of Driver SA overtakes him after a really nice sector one time. That has been rather unfortunate for SYM, but let's see what time he can get on the board anyway. You can see he's carrying quite a bit of speed through those corners, and you can just see he's gone wide again, but keeps it within track limits. Mexico's just such a tricky track for some of the drivers here. And round the final, long corner. And crossing the line to 1:21.4 after what was such a good lap. Really quite a disappointing lap time, but he looks like he is going again. Straight into another flying lap attempt. At the minute with 15th place, and he's just invalidated that lap attempt. But yes, at the minute he will progress through with that time, but we do have a couple other drivers who are yet to set lap times, and AMG Speeds in the McLaren has set a purple sector one time there. That is fantastic from the McLaren. McLaren still top of the constructor standings at the moment, and they need that good form in qualifying today. And that is a purple sector 2 for AMG Speeds. He's got the final stadium sector here to negotiate, and so far he is managing that quite nicely indeed. His final corner, flat out, crosses the line. It's a 1:16.5. There is nothing in it between AMG Speeds and the Haas of Rick in 4th place. But I dare say AMG Speeds will be progressing through to Q2 with that time. Very, very nice indeed. Namibian Boy is crossing the line with a 117.6 up in the 9th place, and good enough to progress through to Q2 as it stands. And with just over 3 minutes left on the clock, drivers at risk. Boscombe Boy in 17th place at the moment. In the pits, assessing his options, he does have time to get out there and have another flying lap attempt. SYM is on a flying lap attempt at the minute through Sector 2. He's got the S section here to negotiate, which is really quite tricky. And we've seen a couple of drivers struggle with it, but that was a fantastic negotiation. And into Sector 3 now, heading towards the stadium. This looks like a much better attempt than his previous one, and potentially good enough to get him through to Q2. We'll see. He's just got a couple more corners to cross. Let's see what he can do here. And it is a 117.9, and that is good enough for 12th place. And at the minute, he is looking good to progress through to Q2. What that does do is put DXT Viper at risk, and at the minute he does have an invalidated lap attempt and will need to go again to get into that top 15. DXT Viper heading into the pits here, so with just 1 minute 50 left on the clock, it does look like he will not have time to set another lap, which is really unfortunate. Boscombe Boy also in the pits at the minute, would really need to think about getting out if he wants to get out of that that bottom spot there. And it does look like we only have 3 cars out on track at the minute. Hans is one of them. Just crossed the lap there for 117.7. Hans and Meki very, very close in terms of pace, those two teammates, and at the minute are 9th and 10th respectively, and both cars should progress through to Q2, no issues. And you can see DXT Viper is on an outlap at the minute. He is against the clock, 15 seconds left on the clock, and he is only in the Sector 2 now. Unfortunately, it does look like he's not going to make across the line on time. He will see the checkered flag and he will not get another attempt. Rather unfortunate for the Mercedes driver, although with the retirements that we have seen, he may potentially still progress through to Q2. We'll see what happens. That's it for Q1. Stick with us as we move into our Q2 coverage shortly. And we are back with our Q2 qualifying coverage here in Mexico. First driver out on track is Luxty. He is making his way through the stadium there. You can see he's just cut right through the track as he's looking to actually head into the pits. Not sure why he has decided to do that, but fair enough. You can see actually in terms of tyre strategy there is a fair mix. What we did find in Division 1 was actually that the majority opted for the medium tyre. I think that's still the case in this qualifying, but actually what we're finding is more people opting for the soft tyre in comparison to the Division 1 race. Rick in the Haas is on a flying lap at the minute. You can see he has just invalidated that lap, really unfortunately. If we go down to Dawson, he has also had an invalidated lap. Dirty Chewbacca is on a flyer at the minute on the medium tyres. He is making his way down the back straight. He has set the purple sector 1 time there, which is to be expected because the other drivers ahead of him have invalidated their laps. You can see Dawson does slow down to allow the Red Bull pass. He makes his way towards the S section in sector 2. Oh, just goes a bit wide there, and that costs him that lap attempt. And he is going to have to go again. Oh, and he loses traction and into the wall. Dirty Chewbacca goes. Ah, unbelievable. The Red Bull has retired. You can see the Ferrari just creeping past, and the Red Bull has retired right on track, and you can see all of the collision and debris on track as well. Really unfortunate for Dirty Chewbacca. He did look to be on a decent lap attempt there, and in fairness to that is a very tricky part of the track. Very easy to lose traction in that part of the track there. So we still are waiting for a driver to set the first lap time on the board, and it does look like it's going to be iZombie. It's a 1:18.4 on the medium tyres. Just after iZombie, his teammates actually heading into the pits at the minute. Hans comes in with a 1:17.9 on the soft tyre. Meke has an invalidated lap attempt there, so he is not going to get a time on the board just yet. Driver SA has just set a purple sector 2 time as he's making his way through sector 3 in the stadium, and let's see what he can do with these medium tyres. It is a 1:18.7 on the medium tyres, just not too far behind iZombie. As Rick comes in, sets the fastest lap time of the session. It's a 1:17.9. That was his second attempt. The first attempt was invalidated, but he has managed to set a very decent time indeed. And Kaz 420 opting for the soft tyres. I dare say that this is going to be the fastest lap of the session here. Meke 84 sets the fastest lap, a 1:16.9 on the soft tyres, just above Rick there. Well, actually a second above Rick, and Kaz 420 crosses the line. It's a 1:16.1. He shaves 0.8 of a second off Meke's time. Still have a number of drivers who are yet to set lap times here. Luxty being one of those drivers. He set a purple sector 2 time as he makes his way into the stadium section off the track. What can he do with these medium tyres? It is a 1:17.2 1:23.1, a very nice time indeed. That is the fastest lap time on the medium tyres so far. The only two drivers ahead of him are on soft tyres, so he can be very happy with that result indeed so far. We do have a number of other drivers who are on flying lap attempts, and actually what you can see as well is the amount of laps that the drivers have done on their tyres. You can see actually that Dawson has done 3 laps on the soft tyres, which is not necessarily the best thing, because Mexico is a high degradation track in terms of tyre wear. The tyres do wear down quite quickly, so if he has 3 laps on those soft tyres and is planning to set his fastest lap on that particular type of tyre, what he may find is that he's going to struggle come race start, because he has to start the race with the tyre that he has set the fastest lap on, and what that means for him is that he will be starting the race on tyres that have a lot more wear in them in comparison to those who have maybe only done 1 lap on a soft tyre or 1 lap on a medium tyre. So it'll be interesting to see, does the fact that he has had multiple laps on that tyre change Dawson's strategy? Does he maybe then decide to opt for a different tyre? Who knows? Tom Tarka is on a flying lap there. His previous attempt was invalidated. It does look like he's just went straight on to another flying lap attempt there. Let's see what he can do. He's opted for the soft tyre as well. Just goes a bit wide on that apex there, hits the next one lovely, and he gets DRS down the back straight as he heads towards sector 2. So far so good for the Alpine driver. And this tricky part off the track where Dirty Chewbacca lost it. And you can see the wheel of the Red Bull still on track there. I'm surprised the marshals haven't been out on track to pick that up, as Tom Tarka sets a purple sector 2 time. He's making his way through the stadium. Sector 3, he's got one final corner to negotiate with, just goes into it a little bit too early, has to readjust himself as he makes his way onto the straight, crosses the line. It's a 1:18.9 on the soft tyres for Tom Tarka, 9th place, and at the moment will progress through to Q3, but it is all to play for. There's 5 minutes left on the clock, and we have drivers who are out there improving their times. Drivers at risk at the minute. AMG Speeds is at risk. He is in the pits at the minute. He set a 1:20.8 on the medium tyres. McLaren top of the board at the minute in the constructors standings, and we really need to see another strong performance from AMG Speeds in qualifying to maximise the amount of points that they will score in this race. So he'll want to get out on track and try and improve on that time. The question is he going to go back out on the medium tyre? Is he going to have a change of strategy and opt for the soft tyre instead? Is he doubting whether he can actually progress through on that tyre or not? It'll be interesting to see what happens. And speaking of changing tyre strategy, we can see that Dawson has actually swapped over to the medium tyres, is on an out lap at the minute, looking to improve on his time, so let's see what he can do. There we have it. Dawson is starting his flying lap attempt. He's got DRS. Down the pit straight he goes into turn 1. It's a long straight into turn 1. Plenty of speed, high braking zone as he makes his way through those first couple corners very nicely indeed, and into the second DRS zone. And he is crossing the line into sector 2. You can see he's already shaved 6.6 seconds off his best time so far. Let's see, can he gain any more time in sectors 2 and 3? And he has invalidated that attempt. He's going to need to go again. He does have 3 minutes left on the clock, so there is time for him to go again. SYM also on the medium tires, you can see they are 4 laps old as well, and like I said, that is quite concerning whenever it comes to tire wear. He's going to need to think about if he's going to stick on those tires or he's going to swap to a set of soft tires. You can see that the marshals still haven't bothered to remove the wheel of Dirty Chewbacca's Red Bull off the track. That is a serious violation of safety right there from the Mexican marshals. And there we have it, talking about strategy. AMG Speeds has opted for the soft tire, having previously set a lap time on the medium tire. Let's see what he can do with the softs. He's got DRS. And you can see he has saved a bit of time, 3/10 of his best time so far in sector 1. Let's see what he can save in sectors 2 and 3. At the minute, the savings would not move him up from his current place. And he has saved 2.6 seconds. This is the kind of saving that AMG Speeds needs if he wants to progress through to Q3 and into the top 10 shootouts. He's got one final corner to negotiate. Let's see what he can do. What sort of time is it for the McLaren driver as he crosses the line? It's a 1:17.1 on the soft tires, and that is good enough for P4 and good enough to see him through to the top 10 shootout. Dawson saving 15 seconds on his time. And he loses it. He did a fantastic job to avoid any contact with the barrier there. His front wing is still intact, but does he have enough time to go again for another flying lap attempt? He's got 2 laps on the board on those tires at the minute, and it does seem like he's struggling to put a good lap in. There we have it, time has run out and Dawson will not be able to improve on his time, and he will not progress through to the top 10 shootout. Looks like Tom Tarka is in the same boat. His lap has been invalidated, and SYM did not get to the checkered flag on time. That's it for our coverage of Q2. Stick with us as we move into our top 10 shootout and a fight for pole position here in Mexico. And we are back with our qualifying coverage. You can see there is a number of drivers on outlaps at the minute. Mecha 84, AMG Speeds, and I the Best Don't Mess still in the pits. As you can see, the Williams of Mecha 84 does come out. Looks like the first driver who will be setting the flying lap and setting the benchmark for the other drivers in this session is Namibian boy in the Ferrari, as he crosses the final corner back onto the pit straight, and he crosses the line to start his flying lap. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what the benchmark is for the other drivers to beat. It's purple sector 1, as you would expect. He is the first driver on track as he makes his way into sector 2. Goes a bit wide there, but keeps it within track limits. Very nice indeed. Heading into the tricky part of the track here, it's the S section. Very easy place for drivers to lose it if they're not careful, but he is managing this very, very nicely indeed. He's got DRS again, third DRS zone off the track. Every braking zone into the right and heading towards the stadium section here in sector 3. Let's see what time it is on the board for Namibian boy. It is a 1:17.3. This is what all the other drivers should be aiming for. Luxty has invalidated his lap attempt. He's going to need to go again if he wants to improve. Rick in the Haas, however, has one final corner and he has not invalidated his attempt. What time can he get on the board? It's a 1:16.4. He absolutely blows Namibian boys time out of the water. Driver SA and Hans both setting times on a 1:17. It's very, very close so far between all of the drivers who have set times so far. I the Best Don't Mess is on an outlap. He's crossing the lap to start his flying lap attempt. Kaz 420 is on a slow lap at the minute. He does have, I believe, Mecha 84 on a fast lap just right behind him there. And his Williams teammate is in third at the moment. Let's see, second on the grid. Let's see what the Williams driver can do here. He is P2 1:17.1. That is an excellent lap from Mecha 84. Fantastic indeed. And Luxty, final corner here. Let's see what he can do. Oh, he's actually heading into the pits. Not happy with that attempt. My Zombie has invalidated that lap attempt. He's going to need to go again as Rick sets another fastest lap. It's a 1:16 dead. That is unbelievable performance from Rick. The Best Don't Mess. Final corner again for the Mercedes driver. Let's see what he can do. It is a 1:19.2, sixth place at the moment. As Kaz 420 sets fastest sector 2 time. So he's making his way through the stadium. He's got one more corner to negotiate with. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, and he can't beat Rick just yet. He set 2 purple sectors, so it looks like there may be opportunity and time for him to find in sector 1. Let's see. It does look like he's potentially heading into another flying lap attempt here, so let's see. He has invalidated that attempt there. He'll need to go again if he wants that pole position. He is not far off. 0.3 of a second between Kaz 420 and Rick in the Haas. iZombie heading through the stadium section here in sector 3. Let's see what time he can get on the board. It is a 1:17.3, and he is in a Williams sandwich right now. It seems like AMG Speeds is having some technical difficulties with his Xbox, hence why he hasn't been out to set a lap time, which is really disappointing because he has a lot of potential to get up there in terms of qualifying. The only other driver yet to set a lap time is Luxty. He has been out on a couple of laps and has struggled, whether that be with track limits or just not connecting the dots, not hitting the apexes on the corners the way he would like, but he is crossing the final corner here, and he is going to get another attempt at this. There is just minutes left on the clock. There is still time to take pole position off Rick. Let's see what Luxty can do here. iZombie, the only other driver out on track, and he has set a purple sector 2 time as he is heading through the stadium here. He's just got one more corner. Let's see what he can do. What is it going to be for the Alpine driver? He's currently in P5. Can he improve on that? Yes, he can. Just marginally. He is up into 4th place. He steals that off Meki, and that drops him down into 5th place. And just above his teammate is 5th and 6th for Williams. Both drivers are on outlaps at the minute. They're not happy with those places. They want to get out there. They want to do better. So let's see if they can steal those positions back, or even better, potentially fight for those top places. Luxty has had another invalidated attempt, and he hits the barrier trying to cross the corner at such high speeds there, and that is really unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver. He has not totaled the car completely. He has lost his wing, and he will need to head into the pits again to get a new front wing and have another attempt. 3.5 minutes left on the clock. There is time for him to get that wing changed and get back out, but he has struggled this session so far in Q3, and he will need to be on the money on his next attempt, because that is potentially the last attempt that he will get in this session. Driver SA on another flying lap. He is currently in 7th place. He wants to do better than that. Let's see what he can do as he makes his way down the pit straight and into turn 1. The Red Bull goes. He's going to have another DRS zone here. He just goes wide, but he manages, because he has let off the throttle there, to keep it within track limits. He is not penalised, but that will cost him a bit of time on this flying lap attempt. He hasn't lost time, which is really positive. So let's see if he can find any more time in sectors 2 and 3. Going a bit wide there, missing the apex a little bit, and into this tricky S section. His teammate did retire in the previous section. Let's hope it is not the same fate for this Red Bull. He goes wide again. Oh, and he loses the rear ends. Oh, he is wrestling with that Red Bull and does a fantastic job to get that under control. But unfortunately, that attempt is no good. He'll need to go again if he wants to improve on that time. And Hans has an invalidated lap attempt there. Just less than 2 minutes on the clock, so he'll need to just head straight into another flying lap attempt there. Pole setter, or provisional pole setter I should say, Rick he does have an invalidated attempt there. If he's wanting to improve on his current time, he's going to need to go straight into another flying lap attempt, and let's see what he does. Yes, he has missed the pit entry there, and he is heading straight for another flying lap attempt. Let's see what this provisional pole setter can do. Haas driver heading down the pit straight, DRS wide open. It's a long straight towards turn 1. Now the best don't mess sets a time there, 1:16.5. That bumps him up into P3. Very, very nice time indeed from the Mercedes driver, and that absolutely puts him into the second row on the grid. Very, very nice indeed. Rick's heading through sector 2 here. He's got the S section coming up. It is a tricky one indeed. Let's see what he can do. Really has to let go of the throttle there. That potentially has cost him some time. Not bad at all. He's got DRS again, and he heads into sector 3, but he has not improved on his time. He will not improve on his time. He does potentially have time to go again, but I'm not sure if it's going to be worth his while going into another flying lap attempt unless he can improve on it. I'm not sure. He is going to cross the line, and it actually is the fastest lap there. It's a 1:16 dead again, so just marginally fighting time. Kaz 420 has invalidated his attempt, and he does not cross the line on time, so it is P2 at the very best for Kaz 420. He will not take pole position off Rick. Namibian boy is getting an attempt here to improve his time. He's got the final corner to go. Luxty up into P2 very nicely, steals that off Kaz 420, who drops into P3. Namibian boy stays in P5, and AMG Speeds crosses the line in P6. Mecha 84 has an invalidated attempt there, will not improve, and Hans has crossed the checker flag there and will not improve on that time. Driver SA also invalidated his attempt, so it does look like this is the final running order for qualifying, and that will be it for qualifying coverage here. Stick with us as we move into the race. It's going to be a good one. And we are back for our race coverage here in Mexico. Rick leads us away on the formation lap. This is just an opportunity for drivers to warm their tyres up. Get them into the optimum temperature. So Rick, pole sitter, starting on the medium tyres. Luxty behind on the medium tyres. You can see the predicted pit stop strategy there. For a one stop, it is medium to hards, and for a two stop, it is medium, and then finishing on the soft tyre. So it'll be really interesting to see how this all plays out, especially if we see any safety cars. Will that change or influence strategy in any way? But Luxty and Rick both on the medium tyres. Kaz 420 and I the best don't mess. Second row starting on the soft tyres. This is going to be really, really interesting because Rick and Luxty need to absolutely play their cards right, get a fantastic start. Otherwise they'll be under some immense pressure from Kaz 420 and I the best don't mess, who will be on it. The challenge for those drivers is that the tyre wear is going to be really tricky for those guys, so they will need to manage their tyres as much as possible, and they will be potentially expecting to have to pit probably a lot earlier than Rick and Luxty. So tyre strategy absolutely going to play into this. It'll be really interesting to see how this all turns out. Ross Wales at the back of the grid there on the Aston Martin. He is crossing the final corner to meet the other drivers, set his place on the, and we can get on our way. And we're waiting for those 5 red lights, and it is lights out and away we go. Rick is off. He's got Luxty by his side. It is a long run out to the turn 1, and you can see Kaz 420 already on those soft tyres taking advantage of that. He has got past Rick and Luxty into turn 1. What an unbelievable start from Kaz 420. Rick under pressure from Luxty. Luxty keeps P3 for now. Let's just see what is going on, because there is a lot of position change here. Drivers are moving all over the show. There is DXT Viper who has dropped down, not exactly sure what happened there. Maybe a bit of contact with another driver, but Rick has dropped a place. Kaz 420 up 2 places, and Luxty has dropped down into P3. AMG Speeds is up 2 places into 4th, and as is iZombie, who is trailing just a little bit behind AMG Speeds, but less than a second separating those 2 drivers. AMG Speeds had a little moment there in the rear end, loss of traction, but he keeps the car facing the right direction, which is good to see. Luxty looking to make a move there on Rick, and Luxty moves up into P2. He gets P2 back, but Rick unfortunately has dropped now 2 places. Kaz 420 is having a fantastic start to this race. He has already had creating a 2-second gap between him and Luxty. That is unbelievable. Rick under pressure from AMG Speeds. AMG Speeds to McLaren is side by side with Rick, and he gets the overtake on AMG Speeds up into the final podium places there, and he is now setting his sights on Luxty. It does look like the soft tyre is the more favourable one here at the start, but remember the tyre degradation, that soft tyre is going to degrade a lot quicker than the medium tyre, meaning those guys are going to have to pit a lot earlier, or else they're going to have to manage those tyres a lot more than the guys on the medium tyres, who can maybe potentially afford to be a bit more aggressive with their tyre choices. And just looking here, Ross Wales is up 7 places already, which is a fantastic start for the Aston Martin driver today. He is under pressure from Thunderbuddy, who's keeping him honest there in the McLaren, and he goes a bit wide there, and Thunderbuddy takes advantage of that. Thunderbuddy has to go wide there to avoid any potential contact. But he gets an overtake done on Ross Wales, and now has his sights on Mecca 84, and we do have our first retirement. A virtual safety car is out. That means that drivers need to reduce their speeds by 40%, and there is no overtaking while the virtual safety car is out. You can see the predicted pit stop strategy for the soft tyres. It is soft, medium, and we can see Mecca 84 has went into the pits already. Is that a planned pit stop, or does he have front wing damage? And it is a planned pit stop. He's going to get a cheap pit stop there. What tyre did he opt for? He is onto the medium tyre. He's going to get a cheap pit stop there. First driver to pit. Be interesting to see how that plays out for him in the long run. Virtual safety car is still with us for now. And just a reminder, that is SYM who has retired and brought out the virtual safety car, first retiree of the session. And you can see Luxty is absolutely eyeing up AMG speeds there. He is right on the rear end of that McLaren. He cannot overtake just yet. And I'm not sure what happened there. The virtual safety car did end as driver SA does get a time penalty there. Luxty was thinking about that overtake and for whatever reason decided against it. I think he was just a little bit too quick off the mark when that safety car, the virtual safety car ended. And Kaz 420 is absolutely flying. He's got a 4-second gap between him and P2. That is an unbelievable pace that he has at the minute. And DRS is live. Luxty's got DRS on AMG speeds. Luxty looking to make that move. He shoots it massively wide. AMG speeds gets the place back. And iZombie and Rick go into battle here. It is Alpine versus Haas, and it does look like iZombie has came out on top there. Rick is dropping back places here, but he is still very much in the fight as Luxty gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles going a little wide there, and iZombie joins him in the club with a 3-second time penalty. Rick putting iZombie under pressure there. And I imagine we're going to see a little bit of overtaking here as it is a long pit straight into turn 1, and Rick and iZombie are going to get DRS here on Luxty, who is potentially a little bit vulnerable here. Let's see what iZombie does. Oh, he is gaining very, very quickly on the Alfa Romeo there. He's getting a move done. Rick thinking about it but does not get there on time, but he will get DRS again as iZombie moves up into P3. Now you can see Luxty getting interested, but Rick is getting interested in Luxty. And Rick side by side with Luxty. Luxty's got the inside line there. He has to back out to avoid contact with iZombie, and he loses out the place to Rick, who moves back up into P4, and he can start to put some pressure on iZombie. And it looks like there's a nice little brawl going on here. Tom Tarka is on the back of Namibia Boy. Namibia Boy going a bit wide there. Tom Tarka keeping him honest. Oh, he's losing the rear end there, and as he does that, Thunderbuddy absolutely takes advantage of that and moves up 6 places into 9th place now. Very, very good from the McLaren drivers. Kaz 420 sets the fastest lap of the session, or of the race so far. Tom Tarka does look to be struggling a little bit here as Dirty Chewbacca is looking to get a move done as Tom Tarka heads into the pits, and Dirty Chewbacca is up into 11th place. Very, very nice indeed. Rick getting interested with Luxty here. This is a very, very nice battle indeed for the final podium places. As iZombie runs a little wide there. Rick does as well, so he has to slow down. We have yellow flags out. I think it is the Alfa Romeo of Bucco. He's just making sure that he doesn't cause any issues there as Dawson and Ross Wheels retire. What has happened? Was there contact between those two drivers? The safety car is out, and that is going to shake things up indeed. Dawson and Ross Wheels, it does look like they have retired, both in the same section there. Potentially contact as AMG Smithy is making his way. You can see both cars there. Dawson is on track as the drivers are passing. And for the drivers who are on the soft tires, this safety car could not have come at a better time. They pit a little bit earlier and they can get from those soft tires onto a nice set of fresh tires. For the guys who have opted for the medium tire start, really it probably is a little bit early for them to think about pitting, as that could potentially compromise their strategy, but that puts them on the back foot, and that puts the guys who are getting a very nice, a very cheap pit stop indeed at a much more advantageous position. You can see iZombie right down to Dirty Chewbacca all have pitted there. It looks like Hans is opted for a set of softs, and Dirty Chewbacca also for a set of softs. Thunder Buddy and I the Best Don't Mess opting for the medium tire. And what I really like about Hans and Dirty Chewbacca in terms of their strategy, what they're wanting to do is just get really rapid with those soft tires and try and get as many overtakes as they can on that stint, get themselves up to a very nice place, and then swap for a nice set of fresh tires to see them through to the end of the race. So that is a very, very nice strategy indeed. Kaz 420 into the pits. Actually, we are seeing our front runners all pitting now as well. I suppose they might as well whenever the guys behind them have all pitted. Namimbian Boy has not pitted. He is on 7-lap old medium tires. Kaz 420 is on fresh tires and is able to slot in just behind the Namimbian Boy in P2, and I dare say he'll be able to get that place back on fresh medium tires. So not an ideal thing for Kaz 420, the safety car, because what that has done is that has completely shrunk the lead that he has worked so hard to build. He had a 4-second plus lead to P2, and that has been completely reduced there, and he's going to need to work to extend that lead again. The safety car is out. Namimbian Boy has caught up to the safety car, and Kaz 420 has now joined the queue. AMG Speed's now just catching up to the back of Kaz 420, and you can see some of the other drivers in the distance there. Safety car will bunch all of these drivers up, so all of that close racing that we've seen in the opening laps there, we will see all of that again here whenever a safety car comes in. We do need to wait for race control to confirm when the safety car will come in, but I think we will have the safety car with us for at least another lap. And we are now down to 17 drivers. Ross Wales and Dawson have both retired, and SYM also retired, first retiree off the session. We are waiting for the safety car to confirm that he is coming in You can see that the safety car has shook things up there. Bucko is the last driver, and it does look like he is actually behind third place, so whenever safety car comes in, he will get blue flags waved, and he will need to allow the likes of Rick and Zombie past. But that is going to be a disadvantage for the likes of Rick and Zombie, because what they're going to need to do is get past Bucko as quickly as possible and then start to fight with the likes of AMG Speeds and Kaz 420. I have a feeling that Namimbian Boy potentially will regret not pitting. However, I may be wrong. We may see something interesting come off this strategy. We do have a couple of other drivers who have decided not to pit. AMG Smithy, DXT Viper, although DXT Viper is on the hard tyre, which will last for quite a bit longer than what he has done on that in comparison to the likes of the soft and the medium tyre. Mecha 84, after pitting under the virtual safety car, does look like potentially he has pitted again. Yeah, Mecha 84, 2 stops. Really not sure about that strategy there, unless he did have some damage and had the pit. So it does look like the only drivers who have not pitted at this stage is AMG Smithy, DXT Viper and Namimbian Boy. You can see we have started another lap. Safety car is out for at least one more lap. And the winners and losers of this, the opening stages, the first 10 laps of the race. I mean, we have the likes of Thunderbuddy, who is up 7 places from where he started, which is a fantastic start to his race. We have the likes of AMG Speeds, who has been able to pit and move up 3 places as well. Very, very nice. But then we equally have drivers like Mecha 84 and Driver SA, who have dropped 8 and 5 places respectively in the opening stages. But the great news is there's plenty of time for that recovery to take place. So it'll be interesting to see how their races go as we make our way further into this race. And there we have it. Race control have confirmed safety car is in this lap, and you can see the drivers in the background just weaving from side to side, trying to get as much heat and temperature into the tires, get them into that optimum working window so that they can really maximize the start here. Namimbian Boy in the Ferrari will set the pace. It does not look like he is slowing too much there. He just wants to get off the mark and get going as quickly as possible there, and you can see he does get going there. Kaz 420 on the fresher medium tires. He is in the slipstream of Namimbian Boy. It is a long run down to turn 1. He is trying his best to get that overtake. He is not quite side by side yet with him, but he does get the overtake done, and it does look like AMG Speeds takes advantage as well. Kaz 420 having a little moment there in the rear end, and he keeps P1 for now. We do have yellow flags, not sure what is going on there. Oh, iZombie and Namimbian Boy getting friendly there. iZombie does get the overtake done and up into P3. Namimbian Boy under some pressure because he does have those old medium tires on now, and all the other drivers are on some fresh tires. Rick is putting the Namimbian Boy under some pressure here. It's not close enough to get the overtake done just yet. Oh, he does think about it though. Through the stadium now. Oh, looks like Rick hits the barrier there. Hopefully that's not too costly in terms of damage to his front wing. starts getting into the slipstream of the Namimbian boy. Like I said, it is a long straight. There is a good opportunity for an overtake here. As iZombie gets an overtake on AMG Speeds, iZombie moves up into P2. And he can now set his sights on Kaz 420, but AMG Speeds is not giving up this fight that easy. He is keeping iZombie under pressure. And Rick gets the overtake on the Namimbian boy. Luxty getting interested now as well. Oh, this is really tight. And a fantastic job from both of those drivers to avoid any sort of contact there. Namimbian boy is fighting back. Luxty slots back into P6. Namimbian boy going a bit wide. And Luxty looking to pounce at any given moment here. But not yet. Through the stadium, those guys will go. Still don't have DRS yet. And DRS is now enabled as the Namimbian boy heads into the pits. You can tell that he just does not have the pace to fight with those guys. Luxty is heading off here. Thunderbuddy is really catching up there. He's getting close. And he will probably get DRS on Luxty heading into this next DRS zone. You can see the brakes of roaring red there. Dirty Chewbacca getting interested in this fight as well. iZombie's dropped down. iZombie does have a front wing missing. Oh no, it's disaster. He was going so well for him. Not sure how he's managed to lose that, but that is costing him really quite severely. And you can see a number of drivers have overtaken him there and continue to do so as I the best don't mess overtakes him. There is a little bit of a gap there between him now and the XT Viper, but he is going to have to head into the pits, and it's going to be a costly pit stop indeed because he needs a new front wing, and that is going to cost some time. Oh, look at this. Thunderbuddy is challenging Luxty here. Gets the overtake done. And up into P4 that McLaren goes. This is exactly what McLaren are looking for to continue their lead in the constructor standings. Dirty Chewbacca now right on the back of Luxty. He does have DRS. And he does look to get that overtake done. Luxty is getting his elbows out, but Dirty Chewbacca is getting the overtake done as Luxty gets another 3-second time penalty for track limits. Dirty Chewbacca up into P5, and he is right on the back of Thunderbuddy. He is putting Thunderbuddy under some pressure here. Remember, Dirty Chewbacca is on the faster soft tyre, and Thunderbuddy is on the medium tyre, which is costing a bit more time. You can see Dirty Chewbacca just had a little bit of a moment there. That's cost him some time. But he is still within DRS range of Thunderbuddy, and he's got this nice long pit straight coming up, and he will get DRS assistance on that McLaren. Let's see, will he get the overtake? Will he get moved up into P4? Let's see what happens here. You can see the rear wing is now open. He is gaining rapidly on that McLaren. Thunderbuddy moves over to defend, but there's not really much he can do there as he slots in right behind the Red Bull, and Dirty Chewbacca moves up into P4. Thunderbuddy, however, will get DRS on Dirty Chewbacca, I believe. He actually doesn't. Dirty Chewbacca gets that DRS, and he extends that gap a little bit longer. Very, very nice indeed. Kaz 420 has a 2.6 second gap to P2. He's doing a fantastic job to extend that gap. A lot of drivers have started to bunch out. It's not really the same battles going on as there's Dirty Chewbacca, and Luxty hits Dirty Chewbacca as well. Oh my god, it is absolute disaster. Dirty Chewbacca looks like he has just lost it going through the S section there, and looks he was not expecting that. And there is contact between the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull. That is absolute disaster for both of those drivers. And there's more contact. AMG Smithy is in it, and he has DNF'd as well. That is a 3-car DNF. These cars need to be careful heading through this section. You can see the pile-up. Boscombe Boy is next driver. Look at him. He hits the car. Oh my god, how did he not retire from that? Safety car is out. Safety car is out indeed. This is unbelievable. The marshals need to clear that quick. It looks like they have. The cars are all gone. That is an unbelievable and dramatic little event there. 2 front runners, Luxty and Dirty Chewbacca, DNF'd. Absolute disaster for them, but a real opportunity for some drivers. Boscombe Boy did have contact in that little incident, and he has to head into the pits under safety car conditions to get a front wing changed and a new set of tyres. This is unbelievable. Thunderbuddy now up 11 places. This is a fantastic race so far for Thunderbuddy. AMG Speeds up into second, up 4 places. Kaz 420 did a fantastic job again to extend that gap. He's had a fantastic race so far, but unfortunately the safety car plays against him again, because that gap will be completely reduced. We have a couple of drivers heading into pits here. Tom Tarka sticking on the hard tyres. Is he wanting to keep those hard tyres right through to the end? It's very possible. Driver SA also heading into the pits. He's getting a front wing change and a set of medium tyres. Again, medium tyres, I'm not sure that those medium tyres will last right through to the end, so he'll potentially need to pit for a new set of tyres. Rick started on pole position and is currently down in P3. He has had quite a challenging race so far, but there is still time for him to get back into that top spot. And we are now down to 14 drivers. 14 drivers remain after that. Very, very dramatic incident that brought out the safety car. I believe it was 4 cars involved in it, 3 DNF'd and 1 was lucky not to DNF. Safety car is out, all drivers are beginning to bunch up. We can see the best don't mess is just coming out off the pits there into P10 with a set of hard tyres, expecting them to go to the end of the race. It's a very decent strategy indeed. He is on fresh sets of hards, and you can see ahead of him there's Mecha 84 on the fresh mediums, the Namimbian boy on soft tyres that are 3 laps old. So the best don't mess has a really good opportunity here if he can stay out of trouble and really just push right through to the end. He could definitely get up a couple of places and take advantage of the fresh hard tyre. Does look like the majority of drivers have caught up with the safety car there. CAS 420 right behind it. As race control confirms, safety car is in this lap. CAS 420 will be controlling the pace of the pack here. You can see he is absolutely slowing these guys right down, and he gets off. AMG Speeds has got a nice little gap here. Rick also does look like there's a little bit of gap between the front runners and the likes of 5th and 6th. iZombie currently in 5th, and DXT Viper was gaining but was not close enough to get a move done at this stage. Oh no! Boscombe boy has a moment there. Oh, he does a fantastic job to avoid DNF in there. Just a bit too quick on the throttle and just loses it. And there's a battle here between Meke and the Mimbian boy. Meke having to go wide to avoid contact with the Ferrari. We have yellow flags out again. It does look like Rick has had a moment, not exactly sure what's happened, but that has bumped Thunderbuddy up into first place. He has a double overtake. He's overtaken his teammate, and what we have completely missed here is CAS 420 has dropped right down. What a complete disaster for CAS, who was having a fantastic race. Really, oh no, he loses it again. He's facing the wrong way. Disaster for the AlphaTauri drivers, who are now in 12th and 13th place. Rick heading into the pits as well. Potentially maybe there was some contact between Rick and CAS 420, but we didn't see that. And we have McLaren 1-2. Fantastic job from McLaren so far. Both drivers running a very, very consistent race, and Thunderbuddy up 14 places from where he started. That is great to see. DXT Viper up 12 places, and he is racing without a helmet, as you can see. So I believe that the weight saved from racing without a helmet is absolutely playing to his advantage, because he is up 12 places and in the 4th place, and really not far behind iZombie, and potentially fighting for that final podium place. He is the only driver without a penalty, which I think is absolutely fantastic, and if he keeps that up, it could play to his advantage 100%, as Thunderbuddy sets the fastest lap time of the session, and DRS is now enabled. And look at this battle between the Mimbian boy and Tom Tarka. Tom Tarka was getting interested there in the Ferrari, but he is not getting the move done just yet. Has to back off into the corner. The Mimbian boy in 5th place still. Started 5th and remains in 5th for now. And we have Williams in 8th and 9th. Again, remain exactly where they started the race. Oh, Mickey very close to the best, don't mess. The Namibian boy is catching up to DXT Viper. 0.7 seconds now. He will get DRS coming into the pit straight. And let's see what this Ferrari power can do. You can see DRS is now active. He is gaining on that Mercedes, but is he gaining quick enough? He is not. Has to back off as we reach turn 1. Still very close. He's going to get DRS again. If he plays his card right, he'll get this overtake. Ah, look at that. The Ferrari is battling with the Mercedes, and he gets that overtake done. And that is the Namibian boy up into 4th place. Fantastic drive so far from the Namibian boy. The XT Viper up 11 places also. And a 1 second gap between the XT Viper and the Namibian boy. And it does look like Boscombe boy has been disqualified from the session there. So we are now down to 13 drivers, and Kaz 420 not having any luck here, down 9 places from where he started, and he is 10 seconds off Rick, who is down 10 places from where he started on pole position and dropped right down. It is not looking good for both of these drivers, although Rick does set the fastest lap time of the session. And he has got his sights on the Red Bull of driver SAs in the slipstream. He pulls out to get that overtake done, and he does. Rick now up into 10th place. He has got a 15-second gap between him and Mecha84. He has got some work to do to get himself back in the mix here. And there is, 12 laps left, so it's going to be one hell of a challenge for Rick. Not sure if he can do it, but we'll see what happens. Hands on the back of the best don't mess. It does look like the Williams drivers have swapped over to try and get up the ladder here. He gets a little switcheroo here. The Williams driver has contact with the best don't mess, and the best don't mess is pushing the Williams to the side of the track there. Really, that was not necessary. You should be allowing the gap that is necessary. Williams driver can go again. He will have DRS, and he will get one hell of a slipstream on the Mercedes. And unfortunately, there is nothing the best can do. Hans won that one fair and square, and that is the Williams up into 7th place. And he gets DRS again to help him extend that gap. And he is now looking to Tom Tarka, as iZombie is looking to AMG Speeds. He's looking to try and get that overtake done. And he has fresher soft tyres, 10 laps old in comparison to AMG Speed's 16 lap old tyres. That is a long stint on those medium tyres. If he is trying to go to the end of the race on those medium tyres, I have no idea how he's going to do that. The Namibian boy also getting interested in this battle. iZombie does not get DRS, but the Ferrari does. You can see just how quickly he is gaining on iZombie. iZombie moves over to the right hand side to defend. And he places the car fantastically well there, but Namibian boy is gaining on the Alpine. He does get the RS for a second attempt. Can he get the overtake done this stage? He is gaining quite rapidly again. iZombie defending fantastically. He's got that car in the exact place that he needs it to be in. And Hans moves up in the 5th place. He gets the move on Tom Tarka. Tom Tarka now under pressure from the best don't mess. Tom Tarka just kind of going over the corner there. The best don't mess looking to take advantage of that. Just can't get the move stuck just yet. Namibian boy getting DRS again on iZombie. iZombie doing a fantastic job defending here. He just knows exactly where to place the car to make overtaking extremely difficult for the Ferrari. But the Ferrari does get another go. Again, he will get DRS as iZombie heads into the pits. Interestingly enough, very, very interesting indeed, as Namibian boy plows on the soft tires. Namibian boy swaps over for a set of soft tires that are going to see him through to, iZombie's going to see that set of soft tires through to the end of the race. That is a very, very interesting strategy indeed. The best don't mess, looking to get a move on Tom Tarka. And he gets the overtake done on Tom Tarka up into 5th place. Meke 84 now putting pressure on that Alpine. Oh, look at this battle between these two drivers, and the Williams does end out on top there. That is 6th place for Meke 84. He's now got his sights on the best don't mess, as Tom Tarka looks like he is dropping back a little bit. Namibian boy 0.6 seconds separating him and AMG Speeds. AMG Speeds heading into the pits. He is not planning on going the distance with those medium tires, and I'm glad to see that, because I'm not sure how he would have managed it. But he is heading in for a nice set of soft tires. And the Namibian boy slots up into P2 for now, although I think he'll need to head into the pits soon as well. Is there a battle going on here when AMG Speeds comes out? Rick is behind, but not close enough. We have yellow flags out. It does look like yellow flags for the Alfa Romeo. See, there's a lot of traffic coming up, and he makes way for those drivers very nicely indeed. There's AMG Speeds, passes the back marker, and he's got his sights on Tom Tarka. Oh, what an overtake there on the Alpine. That was risky indeed, but he made that work. Very, very nice. Now, next target, P5, Williams of Meke. He's got the faster soft tires, AMG Speeds. Meke 84 on the medium tires. Let's see what he can do. Meke heading into the pits there for a fresh set of tires, as Bucko is disqualified from the session for multiple penalties. And Thunder Buddy has been overtaken by Hans, but just 0.5 seconds separate these two, as AMG Speeds gets the overtake done on the best don't mess. And that slots him up into the final podium place. It is McLaren 2-3 as it stands, but Thunder Buddy gets the overtake on Hans, and he slots back up into first place, up 14 places and into P1 again. Fantastic drive from Thunderbuddy so far. The Namimbian boy putting pressure on Tom Tarka for that 5th place position. He's got DRS. Oh, Tom Tarka making it very difficult. Very tight gap indeed. Oh, just look at this battle. iZombie trying to squeeze in behind Rick. But Rick's not allowing it. Let's see how this one goes. It's a little bit of a DRS train here. But the Namimbian boy is catching Tom Tarka. He swoops in, gets the overtake done on the Alpine. And iZombie is gaining on Rick. It's a last minute lunge. Oh, look at this battle between these two drivers, and iZombie has to back off there. And Rick keeps 7th place for now. But iZombie's not giving up just yet. Tom Tarka goes quite a bit wide there. He's struggling on those tires. And Rick has closed that gap completely. He sees an opening. Oh, look at this. It is so close between these drivers. And Tom Tarka. Oh, Rick just goes massively wide there. iZombie overtakes his teammate. And he wants to continue this battle with Rick. But the Namimbian boy's getting interested now. The best don't mess for 4th place. The Ferrari driver pulls out alongside Mercedes. He's got the DRS assistance and he is well past the Mercedes. Via the best don't mess, and up into 4th place he is chasing down Hans for 3rd place for that final podium position. Look at Rick and iZombie. Those guys are super close here. Just look at how quickly the Namimbian boy has closed that gap. 0.6 seconds separating him and Hans. That is unbelievable. You can see Hans is on older medium tyres. 13 laps old. The Namimbian boy is on 1 lap old medium tyres. Hans really needs to think about potentially heading into the pits, but he is not going into the pits just yet. But the Namimbian boy will get DRS assistance here, and he will potentially get this overtake. Let's see what he can do. He is gaining rapidly on that Williams. He pulls out alongside, and you can see the Williams just slot in behind, and that is the Namimbian boy up into P3 in that final podium place. The question is, can he hold on to it? And Rick is still battling with iZombie here. This is a fantastic battle between these two drivers who are absolutely giving it their all. iZombie has completely closed the gap to I the best don't mess. Oh, look at how close these drivers are battling through the S section here. iZombie has to go a bit wide, but he does have DRS on the Mercedes, but he is not close enough to get that move done just yet. As they head into the stadium section, he needs to keep that gap close. If he can do that, he will get DRS here down the pit straight. Look at that. iZombie up into P5. He's now got his sight on Hans. Hans has got fresh mediums on, but iZombie's got the faster, softer tires. And he does have DRS on the Williams. Pulls out alongside the Williams. It is a battle here between Alpine and Williams, and iZombie does come out on top there as Rick gets the overtake on the best don't mess. All the drivers have bunched out there. It does look like Namibian Boy is heading into the pits after that really nice stint that he's had. He's had to jump in for front wing change there. Unbelievable. That's really going to impact his race, and he had the potential to do so well, and that has really cost him quite a bit there. It does allow iZombie to slot up into the final podium place there. He does have hands for company, but he is 2.6 seconds clear, so not under quite that amount of pressure just yet. Rick 0.3 seconds behind Hans. He does look for that overtake move, but he can't get it done just yet in the stadium section, but he will get a nice little opportunity here with the help of DRS as well. You can see the rear end getting a little twitchy there around that corner. And look at that, he's pulling alongside the Williams and he slots up into 4th place. He is still down 3 places from where he started, but it has not been the easiest of races for him, and that is a decent recovery indeed from Rick. I think the real star of today's race, Thunder Buddy. 14 places he has made up in the course of 36 laps. That is an unbelievable effort and a fantastic job for McLaren, who will be finishing this race in P1 and P2. You can see as he made his way through the stadiums there, the fireworks have started, and they have started for McLaren as Thunder Buddy crosses the line in P1. His teammate AMG Speeds is coming around the final corner there, and he will cross the line in P2. A very, very nice effort indeed from both McLaren drivers. iZombie up 4 places from where he started the race. Fantastic race from him. He had plenty of overtaking opportunities, and he raced brilliantly, and that is him crossing the line in P3. Rick crosses the line P4. Penalties do impact iZombie, who drops 2 places there. Rick up into P3, final podium place. Hans down into P5 as DXT Viper jumps up into P4. Kaz 427. I the best don't mess 8. Driver SA 9. Mecha 84 10. Tom Tarka 11. And the Mimbian boy, who was really set for a fantastic finish there, crosses the line last out of our remaining runners. Hope you enjoyed that one. It was quite an eventful one. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next week.